I think this year as a carnivore, it started very well off for us, but
is it possible for me to get any meat today?
Apart from the desire for meat, it's leaving a warm bed very early in the morning and overlooking the distance to George because there's a young lady that I need to pick up there.
Starting route to Wildman George.
The greatest challenge is the speed traps. Here and there's always a speed trap.
The amount of speed traps here, if you pass 100, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. But at least now I'm on my way. I've passed Plet, so it's gonna be downhill from here.
But apart from that, when did I leave PE when the goats were chasing sheep because of the lack of lucerne?
For now, when I'm still in town, then might as well sort out the little things that I had not gotten to.
Little things that turn out to be very expensive and the greatest amount of back work.
Because of the previous weeks and weeks on and on, me being out of town, me going this way, me going that way. So I've got nothing planned this weekend, so let me rather sort out the sheep and the lucerne, because now we're running out of lucerne also. So let me just
pack the buggy full with as much lucerne as I can pack in. The last thing I need is that we're out of lucerne and I'm out of town. And secondly, might as well dock those tails that I've been having trouble with.
It's been giving me a run around, but I've been able to catch it because I wanted to dock its tail, but it's a less bloody method than cutting it off, so might as well.
Not only is it a matter of docking tails, but there's one ram that's not putting weight on one hoof. It comes down to checking it before it even gets worse, but when I can't find anything, then it's okay.
It seems as if I can foresee the future in a certain way, because this morning there was this lamb that was giving me a run around, and then there was this ram that I saw that it had a limp, and it had one front hoof that it wouldn't put down. It wouldn't put any weight, so I tried checking what's happening and I couldn't see what was the main problem.
You would think that now finding a problem with the ram, that's the end of the problems, but try packing a shed full of lucerne.
It's one hell of a task to offload and load lucerne and then go pack it up in there.
Eventually I win and I decide, you know what, there's a problem. These puppies are not used to a buggy, and whenever they're gonna go up and down, they're gonna be in a vehicle of some sort. So they need the daily routine of being trained when we're hunting pigs. Speaking of pigs, I had a pig left over and I decided, why not try bush pig in an air fryer? And eventually it turns out great, but it's a bit tough. And the next morning I have to wake up very early. There's a commitment I have outside of town. But when I travel outside of town or wherever, there's always 3 questions that I don't tolerate, I can't handle. The question of who am I with, where am I going, when am I coming back? Those 3 questions are the same questions that will never allow me to get married, and I feel like meat. But there's a butchery that's been famous on Facebook for fat meat. And me being me, I decide to go and see in Queenstown. But when I arrive, there is meat, yes, but the meat is not satisfactory for me in terms of the amount of fat, but meat is still meat and might as well enjoy it.
I've arrived in Queenstown and I've gotten a proper place where I can eat the amount of meat that I want, and the amount that I've gotten is satisfactory, but I just need to get some shade and eat properly.
But it's one hell of a task to find a place with enough shade cover. Shade cover that's gonna park the buggy underneath, and then I'm gonna sit and enjoy, regardless of how much fat is on the meat, but still meat is meat. So I'll continuously eating. I had received a notification that my parcel is gonna arrive a few days from now. And today I received it. It's out for delivery. So that means it might arrive tomorrow.
Is it just one?
Only the one, yes.
Okay.
What's inside this parcel is going to change everything. There's no more bush pigs getting lost because now everything has changed.
I'm almost overwhelmed with excitement, with foreseeing what's gonna come with the future, because now the tracking collars, at least there's a start, there's a handheld, and there's a TT25 hand collar. So if I have the collar and the handheld, now it's confirmed that at least we had 50-50 chances of winning when it came to bush pigs, but now the odds have just increased on our favor.
Speaking about odds, I've just realized now that some people who have not been exposed to sheep are very scared of sheep, but I didn't realize that Junior is this scared of sheep.
Which one's yours? No, you're the best. Yours has to be bigger. Ace. Give it. Ace. Huh? Take this to the bucket. No. Huh? What do you mean no? Junior?
Yeah.
You have to catch 2 sheep here.
No,
What do you mean no?
no, I'm not gonna touch it.
You scared of a sheep?
Yeah.
The far away get kosher. Junior? Why are you so afraid?
Shame, man.
Shame what?
Shame.
Blaze.
Shame, yeah, man.
Come, let's catch yours.
Every time they catch something, they wanna slaughter it. I can't, man. I can't.
Why?
Oh, fuck, look at that thing. You see that song?
Yeah.
Bring me water.
Why?
Ooh.
Something surprised me. I've never seen someone scared of sheep before, but definitely today. They want the meat, but they don't want anything to do with the sheep that's alive or whatever. I would be so happy if I would say by this time in the morning I'm going hunting, but instead I'm going to pick up a rifle that I had wanted for like a very long time, that I can say. So I'm gonna go drive up to George and pick up that lady, because now everything has been sorted out, the licensing and everything, so I'm gonna pick it up now.
Unknowingly, as I saw in the navigation system, not too far when you get close to Bled, there is a toll gate, but there's something that has to do with cards and not accepting them. So I decided, let me try my luck with the garage and try and ask for cash back or whatever. But luckily there is a solution, because I desperately need to get to George regardless of whatever happens. I'm in the middle of the trip, I can't be turning back.
It so happened that there's an ATM, so I was able to withdraw the money out of the ATM, and then I'm gonna be able to cross the without any issues, I think, hopefully.
So the same whiteboard, on closer inspection, it said no credit or debit card. So I had associated with anything that had to do with cards. With that one sorted, came another one of speed traps. Here and there's a speed trap all over.
The amount of speed traps here, if you pass 100, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. But at least now I'm on my way. I've passed Bled, so it's gonna be downhill from here, and I'm gonna get there maybe just after 9.
Throughout the whole road, the speed traps, the ones that are going up, the ones that are going down the garden route, each ticket costs you 1,500 rand. And just imagine piling up 3 or 4.
I'm just thinking, what will ever happen for me to eat meat? Is it possible for me to get any meat today? If not, then I'll have to just get chicken, which I call, it's the same thing as eating a bird, because KFC doesn't hit the spot as much as beef would do.
And just before I leave, there's an old friend of mine from back in Paddy. It so happens that he's in George and he knows the place very well. So I get in contact with him.
Oh, ibona ini nyama ikiwapi kule ndawo? Ngabona nenyama. Yabona mbona wami yaqala uthetha ngokukoko kwabangumuntu. Kanti wena umsizwana kanti kabe George. Almost unbelievable to say you bought a rifle that's in great condition just 6 months ago, and then now you receive your rifle.
As soon as I sorted out my rifle, I went to pick him up and they said, let's find the place, and we found the place. Got a little bit of pork, and people start coming in and say they recognize me from somewhere. It's either TikTok or Facebook. So I invite them to have the meat because it arrived exactly as when we had the conversation, and I was on my way to PE. But
the way I've eaten so much meat that I would prefer to have someone drive me back to PE than
trying to fight off the full stomach and the drowsiness that comes with the full stomach. So the following morning I decided to wake up very early and go to the shooting range because I have a new rifle. Might as well go test it out and see what exactly it can do. But there's this one problem at the shooting range where you have to pace up the range at 100 meters and pacing back from the target and recording exactly what's happening on the target for the 270 with the loads. With the new powder that's been recently bought, I've found the exact load that I need to load for the 270 for consistency.